So I'm really grateful to be here, and what this represents to me in so many levels is a dream, right? Colleen had a dream to bring us together, and here we are. And I had a dream, which I'm going to share, a couple dreams, because I would love to have you all walk away today feeling inspired about your purpose and your dreams and your life. And being a woman, because it is glorious to be a woman in this day and age. It really is. We have our challenges, I will not lie. That's why there's coaches and sisterhoods and support and circles and networking groups. But we actually live in a very extraordinary time, a time where we have more rights, more say, more wealth, more leadership than ever before. So the only thing that truly, truly holds us back to this day is ourselves. It's ourselves. It's our self-worth. It's our doubt. It's, the competition energy. It's really just self. So I say that's the last frontier. Let's liberate ourselves, because we do have to be the boss of us. Nobody else is going to give you the permission to shine like you. So I want to give you a little bit of my backstory. My dream started when I was very young. I luckily had some very visionary parents. I grew up in Oswego, New York, so I am a native to New York. And my parents had a dream to make their community a better place. And together, as a partnership, they formed, my dad ran for mayor when I was just entering middle school. Just when you want your identity to not be the mayor's daughter. Couldn't live that one down, so I dyed my hair purple to stand out. So my dad ran for mayor, and alongside my mom had this vision to create a festival. So there's a bit of a legacy thing going on here. And together they started Harbor Fest, which to this day is one of the largest festivals in upstate New York. A very beautiful festival. So that was my mentors, my parents, what I grew up with, and I got very clear at an early age that the importance of community is absolutely essential for the thrival of all of us. We're tribe people. We love to be together. And yet today as women, we become a little bit of a lone ranger. Guilty. Who else is guilty of the lone ranger, right? Yeah? Let's put those hands in the air and look around. Okay. Lone ranger. We don't have to be a lone ranger anymore. It's about collaboration, cooperation, and community. So I grew up and I went to film school in Ithaca College. And then I moved all the way across the country to follow my dream, and I landed in Los Angeles, the dream capital of the world. I don't really know how I got there, because I didn't want to do fiction film. I didn't want to be part of those blockbusters. I had a cause in my heart. I knew that I wanted to make a difference in the world in some way, but I didn't know what that was. I just knew I had a mission. So I ended up working in television commercials and music videos, because that was creative, that was cool, that was artsy. Purple-haired cheerleader wanted a little artsy. So I got my first job in an office as a production office coordinator, and that lasted 3 months, because what I really wanted was I wanted to be out in the field. I wanted to be in the production realm. I wanted to be hanging out with the celebrities. Production doesn't let you hang out too much with the celebrities because you're too busy producing. But I did it, and that was like that first dream. Okay, I'm in this office, but I want to be out there. And what I did was I quit. I said, I want to be out there. And I had literally just bought a car, like doubled my car payment, and then I quit my job. And I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? But I trusted. There was a part of me, this mission, this inner calling, this purpose, knew that I would be okay. And luckily, I had mentors and people that I had met along the way that hired me right So I did well, and I worked freelance. I never went back and got a job, ever. I worked freelance for 12 years, which is pretty profound, When I think about it now, I'm like, wow, I survived for 12 years, literally, job to job to job, having to hustle for a living. But it worked out. I got to work with some cool celebrities. I actually worked on Britney Spears' first video when she was in the little schoolgirl outfit. So I had a lot of fun times working on those videos. But about 4 or 5 years into that career, I still didn't feel like I was making the difference that I wanted to make. There was something inside me. Music videos, sure, they're fun, but what are they doing to change the world? In fact, they're not really empowering. look at Britney Spears' life, right? So one day the inspiration struck. It was a very benign day. I was standing in line at the grocery store, and there were all those magazines that sort of accost you as you're checking out, telling you you're not pretty enough, you're not cool enough, you don't dress enough, you're too heavy, you're too this, you're too that. And I started to feel bad about myself. That's what they're... Funny enough, they want you to buy the magazine, but they're telling you you're awful. It's a weird marketing thing. So I started to feel bad, and then, as sometimes it happens, my righteous babe kicked in. And I listened to her. And she said, wait. In this day and age, there has got to be a magazine out there that empowers women, that inspires us to connect with each other, that makes us feel good about who we are, and that shows all types of bodies. So I thought, well, I'll find that magazine. And that's when that first instinct was to start a magazine. But at the time, I had no idea what that would mean. And I looked for that magazine. I looked high and low, and I found a lot of great magazines. Goddess magazines, yoga magazines, health magazines, even Oprah magazine. But even Oprah magazine was riddled with diet ads. So it's still in between the inspiring messages, sending you a message of, you're not good enough. So 2 years later, that voice inside my head got so loud, and of course life circumstances, right? Because if you feel the calling, if you have the vision, it's gonna take over eventually. So you can ignore it all you want, but you're gonna lose the job, you're gonna have a health crisis, something's gonna happen to wake you up if you're not waking yourself up. Can you relate? So save the drama and listen to yourself. So let's just take a moment, just before I go on. What's the calling? Immediately, just think to yourself, what is something that you would love to be doing? Okay, now notice all the things that came up and said, but, okay, but I can't, right? Okay, so let's just push those away for a moment and really feel what that is. Even if it's like, I'm just not supposed to be doing what I'm doing. I just know there's something more, okay? Let's just acknowledge that. It's powerful. Okay, so it took me 2 years to really acknowledge that, and luckily I didn't have a health crisis or anything like that, but I definitely had a lot of funky things happen that got me to that point, and that's a whole other story for another time. Come talk to me, we'll have coffee. Wasn't pretty. And I got the calling, and I realized I'm the one I've been waiting for, and I'm the one that's supposed to start this magazine, because it's still not out there, and I need it, and all my girlfriends need it, and this world needs it. So, I did it. I started a magazine. It took me about 8 years to get it to look like this. But it was called The Ray, and it was an acronym for The Real Authentic You. And it touched thousands of women's lives. And I probably had to go through a fear inside of every woman I touched. There was probably a fear I had to conquer every step of the way. Right? Because when you step into your purpose, when you step into your bigness, everything comes up. Everything, all your subconscious thoughts, your world might collapse. You just have to keep walking in faith. That's what it took to get that magazine, and it was amazing.